The breach of the Novokakhovka Dam is being called Europe's largest man-made environmental disaster in decades. And Ukrainian officials lost no time in calling it a terrorist act and an international war crime. The unleashing of the torrent of water from the huge reservoir swallowed up whole streets, dozens and dozens of villages and parts of Kherson city within hours. Residents scrambled to safety with their pets, just picking up what they need, whilst neighbours and relatives hastily set out to find stranded elderly family members who can't wade through these rising waters. And others watched from their windows as the water just rose and rose. I don't know what to do, Lyudmila says. How can they do that? OK, it's war, soldiers are fighting each other. But to blow up the hydroelectric dam, I can't find the words. It's barbaric. The water is really rising quite rapidly. Just to give you an idea of how deep it is, this is one of the plant pots, and we're in one of the main streets of Kherson city. And even whilst we've been here, it's risen couple of inches, I'd say. The people of Kherson city have been occupied and they're regularly bombed and shelled, so being deliberately flooded isn't fazing them.
When you live here for more than 6 months, after being bombed all the time, after being scared all the time, so it's scary, but not so much as you're bombed all the time. So we try to stay safe.
The president called an emergency meeting of his Security Council and left his East European partners in no doubt who he thought was to blame.
І зараз навіть важко визначити, якими будуть наслідки для навколишнього природного середовища. Росія підірвала бомбу масового екологічного ураження, і це справжній екоцид.
The dam blast has wreaked havoc on both sides of the Dnipro River, including the Russian-controlled territory on the southeast bank, plunging vast areas on that side underwater too. Russian officials have denied they're responsible, claiming the Ukrainians sabotaged the dam because of their failing counter-offensive.
Киевский режим осуществил диверсионный, по сути, террористический акт, который привел к затоплению значительной территории.
But in Ukrainian Kherson city, that's not how they see it. Normal people will never do that, he says about the dam blast. They're just terrorists. What can you call this, she tells us? It's genocide of a nation. Misery again for the civilians, but the floods will also likely tie up emergency services, as well as impede the Ukrainian forces and their plans for a counter-offensive. Alex Crawford, Sky News in Kherson City.